All right, we got this Patrick CC video about David. I've been hearing that apparently they're not finding him as a suspect, which is like how this nigga has, in my opinion, left so much fucking evidence behind. There's no way it wasn't him. But
the dismembered body of a 14-year-old girl was found decomposing in a plastic bag in the front truck of a Tesla at a Los Angeles impound lot. The Tesla was registered in Hempstead, Texas to David Anthony
Bro, there's
Burke,
no way it
also
wasn't
known as multi-platinum singer and songwriter David, who currently has 2 million followers on Instagram and nearly 40 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Huge,
David was on tour the day she was found, traveling from Madison, Wisconsin to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Authorities expressed that David was cooperating with them, so it seemed like this was some horrible coincidence.
Bro, why the fuck did they write it like that? He's cooperating? Like, no shit, bro. He doesn't have a choice. That nigga knows he's caught, bro.
But every day that passed,
what do you
more
mean
information
cooperating,
came out
bro?
that made David look more like the prime suspect. The girl was identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who had run away from her home 14 months earlier and had been missing ever since. The LAPD said it is very likely she was dead for several weeks prior to her being discovered. Some of the other initial reports were shocking. She and David had a matching tattoo that said "shh" on their fingers. Her brother told police David regularly picked Celeste up in the same Tesla she was found dead in. Countless photos and videos were resurfaced where the two appeared to be close friends, if not possibly a couple. And one of the last times she was ever seen in public, she was backstage at one of his concerts. Now, if you look at all of the evidence I'm about to give you in no particular order, it screams that David is guilty. And by no means am I trying to defend him or prove him innocent, but we are talking about a very serious murder of a child. And I think there are a lot of people on the internet that are looking at this as pure entertainment.
Talk about this artist David,
and they're confusing the story and spreading false information because it makes for a more interesting crime documentary. With that being said, what I'm going to do is try to establish a very clear timeline of events, from the moment Celeste may have met David to when she went missing, to what happened while she was missing, and ultimately when she was found dead, and what has been proven so far.
Wait, the YouTube's too loud or my mic's too loud? Which one? Because if my mic's too loud, wait, let me turn my mic down. All right, YouTube. Okay, let me turn YouTube down. Turn my mic up just a little bit. That should be good. All right. Let me know.
David releases his breakout song "Romantic Homicide," where he sings, "In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry, not a single tear."
Where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died.
This song would go extremely viral.
All right, yeah, let me know.
Become multi-platinum and launch him into fame. 1 month later, someone with the username Celeste messaged in David's Discord in
what is this? So if you haven't been caught up with just recent news, there's this artist David. He was in Invincible. He has songs in Invincible. He has songs in this show called Arcane. It's good. Okay, for sure. But yeah, he's a really big singer. Like, he got like 40 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He got like 2 million followers on IG. Like, he's pretty big. And then apparently there was a 15-year-old girl that was missing for like 14 months, found dead in his Tesla, in his abandoned Tesla. So we're just chilling watching this video, man. We're just locked in watching this shit.
He replies, "Don't worry, I'll fix it." Which, if this was the victim, she would have been 11 years old at the time of this message. A few months later, in October of 2022, David asks for Celeste, and that same user replies, "Hi David, bark," seemingly excited to talk to him. She would have been 12 years old at the time. 1 year later, in October of 2023, David says he thinks girls his age are...
So he killed her? That's what everyone thinks, but the thing is as far as what the news is saying, they don't even consider him as a suspect for some reason. But there's like so much evidence that it's like, how could he not be a suspect? Like, this dude, and bro, I'm not gonna say he did it, but you feel me? Most people think that nigga did that shit.
Discord takes a screenshot of what appears to be a live stream and asks David, "Who's the girl?" To which he replies, "You are a Fed," which basically means,
Bro, there's
why
so
are you
much
all up in my
evidence,
business?
bro.
Then again, if this was Celeste, who was not missing at this time, then he would be publicly hanging out with a 13-year-old. However, due to
13?
the low quality of this photo,
Oh
and
yeah,
half of
mind
her
you,
face being
yeah,
covered,
she's a
it's
minor,
hard to
bro,
tell
and
if
he's
this is
an
actually
adult.
Celeste. Plus, you will notice a
So
trend of
it's
David
already
always being
weird.
around girls that look
Even
the
if he
same.
didn't
There is
kill her.
also this photo that may have been taken around the same time, December of 2023, although we don't have an exact date, but
That shit
David's
look
hair
like, I
matched
don't
that
know,
color around late
AI or
2023
some
and
shit.
early 2024. In January of 2024, David is seen on a live stream with the girl we strongly believe to be Celeste. It's important to know at the time of this stream, David was 18 years old, about to turn 19, and Celeste was 13. Also, she was not a missing
Shit.
person at this time.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer.
Which
that.
one?
Bro, why would he go on Twitch?
Bro, thank you.
Were they waiting for? Bro, that's what everybody's like
We need to do
saying.
that.
Like everybody's like, why is this guy not like in custody?
It's interesting that they both wanted this.
But Patrick
stream
CC,
deleted,
he about to break it
probably
down
because
for us.
Celeste made this joke about R-wording kids.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of it's.
What, bro? Why would she say that?
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Fuck no, bro.
Oh my-
Nah,
delete
this nigga's a
everything.
weirdo.
Delete-
Even if he
delete
didn't kill her,
everything.
he's a
Everything
weirdo.
goes, everything goes.
He says he media trained her, hinting that she can't just say wild things on the internet. Also in the chat, they are making jokes about David being on the Epstein flight logs.
Yeah,
So it
exactly, bro.
seems
He's
like the
already, like,
conversation was
a
something
pedophile,
about
bro. Why are you
David
hanging out
and
with a
minors.
15,
Also,
13-year-old
someone in the
or
chat
whatever.
typed in Celeste's name. So at some point, she was identified on this stream as Celeste. Also at this time, David was rolling
Damn,
out a song
CC's
called
locked
Leave
in.
Her, where he sings
Patrick,
the lyrics,
my
"I
boy,
can't
is
stop
locked
falling for
in.
her," and also
Like a
was posting
detective.
a ton of TikToks suggesting he was infatuated with a girl. Around this time, David started sporting a lot of Hello Kitty gear. Mugs, shirts, plushies. He even romanticized a Hello Kitty girl. Hello Kitty almost became like an extension of his brand, and you'll notice a lot of Hello Kitty adjacent stuff with Celeste in a bit. In February of 2024, David's manager, Josh Marshall, entered a lease for a Hollywood Hills home. However, the owner wasn't informed that David was actually going to be the one living there. On February 14th, 2024, which was Valentine's Day, 70 miles south of David's home is a town called Lake Elsinore, California. A 13-year-old girl named Celeste Rivas Hernandez was reported missing. Family members made posts to Facebook asking people to help locate her. Celeste's aunt wrote, "We still don't know anything about my niece, and I will not get tired of begging God and appear well. I love you, and you know that the mercy of God will accompany you wherever you are. I have faith and you will return to our arms."
Bro, my question is like, it's obvious for what is the police way. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. He could have. It's possible. Maybe he paid somebody, but I don't know. I really want like his side of the story. I want the police to like say like what else is going on, because the internet's seeing all this shit on the internet, and we're all thinking, okay, like, bro, we put two and two together. This guy, Nick, like, bro, you obviously did it, right? Where is this? I mean, this is like, I don't know, cause it's not like specified, like where they're at. I think where she died though, it was like, I think it was in California. Let me see, where was Celeste found? Let me see. Yeah, in a Tesla in LA. Yeah, it was in LA. That's where they found the body. But yeah, it's in the US. It's in the US. But LA specifically is where they found the body.
In-person posters were distributed around Celeste's neighborhood, and her family posted as many photos as possible to ensure she could be found. According to private investigator Steve Fisher, Celeste's mother somehow found out that she was with David and emailed his manager Josh, but this PI did not release the email. He also says a couple days after this email, Celeste returned home on February 20th, 2025. Celeste's cousin made a post on Facebook a few days after she returned home saying, "Be careful with who you talk to on the internet, guys. Don't make the same mistakes my cousin made." However, just a few weeks later, Celeste was reported missing for a second time in March of 2024. On March 19th, 2024, Celeste was captured on security camera footage belonging to Delago Spirits, a liquor store just down the street from her family home. At 7 a.m., a teen identified as Celeste by her family was seen walking down the street wearing an oversized black hoodie and white pants. Now, her being out at this time isn't necessarily weird because kids walk to school or the bus in the morning, but out of nowhere, she begins to run around the corner. What I find interesting is how the other person she walks past stops and turns their head to look back at Celeste, almost like she noticed something weird. Like, was she crying or did she say something? During this time, chat logs from David's Discord indicate that his closest fans knew about them. Someone said, "Pretty sure he is dating right now," and another user replied, "Yeah,
I thought only my country is corrupted."
Shortly
No.
later, Celeste
Wait,
was
where are you
found
from,
and
bro?
brought back
Where you
home by
from?
police.
Because I can tell you right
Celeste
now,
was
it's
reported
definitely
missing
not
for the
just
third
your
and
country,
final time
bro.
In April of 2024, the Riverside County Sheriff's
The
Department
U.S.
opened a missing
is
person
very
investigation
corrupt.
after Rivas
I'm
left
not
her home
afraid
at
to
9
say
p.m.
that
on
shit,
April
bro.
5th, wearing
I
gray
think
pants and a
anybody
black sweater, as well as a hat and
living
Hello
here
Kitty sandals.
would say
Celeste
that,
brother
bro.
Matthew told
This place
NBCLA
is
that
definitely
family
corrupt.
members were aware that the girl knew the singer David. Matthew Rivas said when his sister disappeared, she was on her way to see a movie with him, but never returned. Her brother also said that David regularly picked her up in the same Tesla her
that's the
body was
Tesla.
found in. Now, a reasonable person would assume that the family did not know that David was 19. Maybe they could have assumed he was 16 because that is the age you need to be to legally drive a car. Whether or not David knew that Celeste was 6 years younger than him at this point is not clear, but many people have a hard time believing that
You didn't know
David
U.S.
could
was
not be aware
corrupt?
that
Hey,
he was
bro, if you live
regularly
here, you
hanging out
would.
with, or worse, being
Where are you from,
romantically
bro?
involved with a child. After April 2024, Celeste's family would never see her again. At least, we think. A source for the Daily Mail claimed Celeste stayed in contact with friends for more than a year after being reported missing. There was a photo of her taken at a family member's graduation, but it was posted in August of 2024, and graduations don't typically happen in August. So it was either sometime in May or June when graduations typically happen, or maybe even a full year before. But regardless, the photo seems like it was uploaded long after it was taken. While Celeste was missing, an insider revealed the family received a strange phone call that made them stop searching for her. I know
What?
someone who called her mom and said, "Stop looking for her. She's
Hell
fine."
nah,
The
bro.
insider
There's
said
no way
they
I
told
would-
the family to
bro.
take down-
I don't want to say nothing bad about the family because I'm sure they're going through a hard time, but it's like, bro, how you gonna just stop looking for your kid, bro? Like, if you, especially if they're a minor, I could understand if it's an adult and you get a call and it's like, okay, they're fine, okay, you know, whatever. But a minor, bro, she's what, 13, 14, 15, whatever. Like, bro, literally here, I'm driving the police, I'm stopping me. You know, that's crazy as fuck. But yeah, bro, I don't know why, like, yeah, why are the parents not looking? Like, I would be actively looking for my kid, bro. Like, no phone call is gonna make me be like, oh, okay, they're fine, let me stop looking for them. Like, what?
On the social media posts about her being missing. The identity of the alleged caller is unknown, and there's no way to know if they are connected to David. 2 months after being missing, on June 27th, 2024, many believe Celeste is captured backstage.
How old am I? I'm
walking alongside
19.
David's brother at one of his concerts in Los Angeles. Now, this evidence is much stronger, but pay attention here.
Nah, I'm
David
really
posted a
300.
TikTok on February 7th, 2024, before Celeste went missing the first time. It says, "When your card declines at therapy and they bring in that one Hello Kitty girl you met in 2021, take a look at his jeans and the Hello Kitty plushie."
Man,
moved
this
onto his
grown
pants.
ass.
This next
Let me
photo
not
is
say
a
nothing,
POV
but
shot
bro,
of a
like,
girl with fair
grown
skin
ass
holding
man
his
wearing a
belt
Hello
loop,
Kitty shirt,
the
wearing a Hello Kitty
themed Crocs.
keychain.
Those Crocs
Like,
match the ones that Celeste was wearing
man,
backstage. And the description
I ain't
of
trusting
her
no
missing
nigga
person
wearing a Hello
report
Kitty
says that
shirt,
she was
bro.
wearing Hello
Fuck
Kitty
no.
sandals. Even though we can't 100%
I'm young.
confirm,
Hey, I
I
appreciate
do
you.
strongly
Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Everybody that comes in here and I tell them how old I am, but they be saying I'm unk, bro. I'm not unk, bro. Like, relax. I'm not unk. You're 13. Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Everybody just be coming in here saying I'm unk, bro. Like,
believe that the girl who was captured going
relax,
backstage is
relax.
Celeste, but now there is a huge gap in the timeline from June of 2024 to September 2025 when she was found dead. During this 14-month gap, very little is known, and it's very speculative as to what happened and where she was during that time. But this is all the evidence we have. July of 2024 is an insanely important month to remember because basically all of the evidence that we have takes place in this 1 month period. July 7th, 2024, David posts a TikTok of him and a girl with the same skin complexion as Celeste,
like Hello
Tesla,
Kitty,
with the
damn,
caption, soft launch of all time,
Hello Kitty,
suggesting he is
what you
now
call
in a
it?
relationship. Firstly, we know
Like,
this wasn't a real-time photo because
Do I
David
drink?
was in London on July
What?
7th. For
I
the
drink
first
water.
date of his My House Is Not a
I
Home
drink,
tour,
you feel
which
me?
means
I
that
drink
these photos
water.
were taken
I drink
before July
lemonade.
7th. Maybe he was bored on the plane or in a hotel and just posted them. To know if this is Celeste,
If this is supposed to be 13, 14.
14, photos posted by a TikTok
No, yeah,
account
he is
named
older.
Yay Woohoo.
He's an
This
adult
account
and she's
posted
a minor.
photos with David seemingly from that exact same day, including one of them kissing and him having a hickey on his neck. The red
What?
straight hair initially made people think this was not Celeste
somebody
because
else.
she had black
She
curly
could just
hair.
dye her
The
hair.
backstage video of her in June seems to indicate she may have dyed her hair.
It
And the
looks
frizziness
curlier,
is
though.
likely a result of using a hot flat iron to straighten thick curly hair. There was
Yeah.
also a Discord user in David's
Yeah, she
official
could just
Discord
straighten it.
named Yay Woohoo, matching the TikTok account name, who insiders assumed was Celeste. But look at the profile picture. It is seemingly from the perspective of the Yay Woohoo girl and David in the Tesla. They're both doing the Spider-Man hand thing at the camera. It looks like David's hand is on the left and her hand is on the right. You can even spot a ring on her finger, which I will get to in a second. In this photo, it seems like
He
they're
looks
parked next
25
to another car
plus.
with the windows
I mean,
rolled
I
down,
think
just like
currently
some
he's like
teenagers hanging
20,
out late at
21.
night. It appears that the car next to them has someone in it with
Nah,
a hoodie
she's-
on.
yeah,
I mean,
she's
I think
super
that
young.
jumble of
She's not
pixels
even
is a
an
person.
adult.
So if you compare that Yay Woohoo profile picture on Discord with some of the photos that were posted on TikTok, it seems like they may
Bro,
have
there's
been
so much
chilling all
evidence. There's
day
no way
and
he
all
didn't do
night
it, bro.
in that Tesla, sort of taking pictures and hanging out. On July 11th, 2024, David wrote a message in his Discord that said, "Me and deleted user have a kid on the way. We don't know if that
What?
deleted user is the same Yay Woohoo user, but it might be." David was in Paris when he wrote that message. Many people suggest that he
All
was
right,
talking
I'm
about
gonna
Celeste.
just shot in the dark. I'm guessing he probably got her pregnant and he probably killed her over that. I'm not gonna lie. That's my guess. He probably got her pregnant and then killed her, or had somebody kill her. But
and have developed
that's
tons
why
of
I'm
theories
guessing
surrounding
happened.
this alleged pregnancy. First of all, even if this was true, there's no way that that baby was born. That would mean that a baby
Possible?
would have been
Hey.
born in April of 2025.
Because I'm
at
thinking
the
like
absolute latest.
I don't
And
get I don't there would I feel like there wouldn't be he would need like a reason to kill her. You know what I mean? Like other than people finding out that she's underage, which I mean it could have been over that too. I don't know. We'll see what
I
it
don't think
is.
you were hiding a baby for this long. Now, it is possible that the pregnancy could have been real and maybe there was an abortion or maybe she got pregnant again, but
Yeah,
we're
it
really
could have
stretching
aborted.
that at this point. People
But
have
I don't
also
know.
used this photo, which was posted by Yay Woohoo, as Celeste standing behind David and mimicking a pregnancy announcement, comically placing her hands around an invisible baby bump on David's belly. Basically, people on the internet are trying to establish a motive that David
Yeah,
may
like,
have
why-
gotten Celeste
yeah, what would be the
pregnant,
reason
and
he would
maybe
kill her?
He thought that that would ruin his career, or
If he
people
loved
would
her, he
find
wouldn't
out
kill
that
her.
he
That's
got
what
a
I'm
child
saying.
pregnant.
So he makes all this stuff saying that he loves her, whatever. Which okay, you love a 13-year-old weird ass nigga, but he would need like a reason. You know, there are more methods to get. Yeah, there is other ways to get rid of a baby for sure, but I'm thinking like I don't know what his reasoning would be. Like, that's just,
And,
I don't know.
and
That's
the
what I'm
result
thinking.
Of that was potentially a murder. That definitely could be a motive, and we don't want to discredit that completely, but it does seem like the timeline doesn't exactly match up. Also, this theory has been debunked because Celeste Rivas' official death certificate revealed that she was not pregnant and had not been pregnant in the last year. Anyways, Yewahoo is now a deleted account, but there is a Discord chat log that has this person identifying themselves as Yewahoo and then saying she's with David right now on July 22nd, 2024, which could definitely be true because David's European tour ended 6 days before this message. This user also posted a photo in David's Discord wearing a ring where you can also see
literally
a
has
finger
a
tattoo that says
his
David.
name
And if you go
tatted.
back to the Yewahoo TikTok post, all the way in the bottom right corner, you can see what looks like a red finger tattoo. And then again, if we look at the Yewahoo Discord profile
You
picture,
can see the ring.
you can also see the ring on the finger. Also, this same mystery girl,
Oh,
Yewahoo,
shit.
who we think might be Celeste, made a post
Whatever
on
she
Instagram
did, if you
under
love
the
her,
name Hello
would not
Kitty
kill
Life
for
Girl,
sure.
sitting across from David.
I don't know,
believe this photo
bro.
was also posted
He's
around
already a
July of
pedophile, so
2024 because David dyed his hair.
I
all
don't
the way
know. I
back at
wouldn't
that
put
time and
nothing
posted
past
a
this
photo of
weirdo.
him wearing what appears to be that same pink shirt. In the Hello Kitty Life Girl photo, you can see the
Oh, you
ring
can see
and
the
red
tat.
tattoo on
Yep.
the girl's finger. Plus, she was wearing a sweater that David had been photographed in. The red tattoo is important because authorities confirmed that the body they found inside the Tesla had a tattoo on her right index finger with the letters shh. David also has a tattoo on his finger
Yep.
that says shh, meaning they allegedly have
They got matching tats.
But this is
Yeah.
confusing because
But that has-
Yewahoo's tattoo
yeah.
doesn't say shh, it says his name.
That
And
says
it's also
David.
on her left ring finger.
might have just
not
been a
her
temporary
right
tat,
index
though.
finger, which means Yewahoo either isn't actually Celeste or that red David tattoo wasn't real and maybe it was a temporary tattoo.
Yeah, it might have
or
been
this
a
could be
temporary.
Celeste and she had both tattoos. She had shh on this finger and then she had David's name on her ring finger. But if that were true, then it makes the police report incredibly confusing. When the police found
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I would think, you know, based on all the things that he says, he wouldn't want to do anything to harm her. But you know, people are weird, bro. So I don't know. Hopefully, we find out
body in the
what
Tesla,
exactly
they
happened,
knew
though.
that it was the pop star David's Tesla, and then they said that she had a matching tattoo with David that said
Bro, I'm
shh.
hungry
Why would
as
they
hell.
reveal that and not the one that says David on her finger? That would not be the easiest connection ever. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this car belongs to David, body in the car. Oh yeah,
Tattoo
her
that says
finger
David.
Like
Yeah.
that seems like really.
My guess
crucial
is
evidence.
okay.
That's just where something. Doesn't
I'm
really-
guessing it was a temporary tattoo because she didn't want to get somebody's name tatted on her. Shush, bro. You could have that tatted on you, and it could just be whatever. But if you have somebody's name tatted on you, and then you not with that person no more, like that's like, you know, like she probably just did a temporary tat for the IG or whatever,
match up for me. While reviewing
and
this
you know.
edit, I had another thought about this whole ring finger situation.
That's
The
my
police
thoughts.
did reveal that the body was dismembered or cut up. We don't know to what
Jesus.
extent, how bad it was, or what was missing. But it makes me think if potentially
Oh,
the
a
left
finger
ring finger
could have been
or
missing.
maybe the left hand was missing as a potential way to cover up the evidence.
That's
this would
possible.
be some insane.
Well, he shoulda
level,
just got
like,
rid of both
serial
fingers
killer,
then.
premeditated murder type stuff. At the end
Yeah.
of July 2024, we have this photo of David at a party and a girl that strongly
That definitely-
resembles
yeah, that
Celeste,
looks a lot
or
like her.
Yewahoo behind him. Red curly hair,
red-
ring
yup.
on the finger, wearing David's silk bandana that he has worn hundreds of times. I'm pretty sure that Yewahoo is Hello Kitty Life Girl, and it is that girl wearing the silk bandana behind David at the party. But I can't confirm that this is Celeste, although it does seem like it. But there is even more evidence to dissect. in
Damn,
July
more evidence?
2024, I think. And it starts with this photo that was taken right around the corner from Celeste's house. Reports have
Oh.
not identified her exact address, but they revealed that she lived down the street from Delago Spirits in Lake Elsinore, California, which would mean somewhere on Jamieson Street. A new townhome community was being developed down Laguna Ave, less than a half a mile away from where Celeste lived. Referring to Google Maps, you can see this is the same parking lot that the photo was taken. Note the double-lined parking lot spaces, specifically the one all the way on the end next to the dirt patch. Also note across the street the brown fence that turns into a white fence, and take note of the wooden utility pole.
Man, this boy Patrick CC is a fucking Batman level detective, bro.
From Lake Elsinore, California, the only reason he would be down there right around the corner from where she lives is because he at least knew her, at least hung out with her. I mean, we know for a fact at this point there's absolutely no like world.
Yeah, he definitely knew her.
Yeah, I don't know who this girl is.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's enough evidence where they were together for sure. They spent time together. Now, text messages were released by someone who contacted this kid who was standing across from David to give context about why they were in that parking lot. Bro, this was a secret that wasn't supposed to get out. David didn't know how old the girl was. She was lying and saying she was 19 when he was 20. And the second he found out, he took her home, and since we were some dumb kids, we tried to blackmail him, and we really messed up. And if you keep that video up, you could ruin his life for doing nothing wrong over a girl lying, and then you could ruin my life because he would know I leaked it and I could go to jail for like slandering him. Now, we know this kid's story can't be all the way true because it makes it seem like David hung out with Celeste one time, she lied about her age, and then he drove her back home. And we know they hung out more than one time.
Definitely.
But the specific details of this kid blackmailing David,
you got school tomorrow again? I'm sorry, my boy. That's terrible. That's terrible. Hey, if you want to come back, you know, feel free to drop a follow. Your boy will be streaming again. So you feel me? If you want to pull up again, if you want to, yeah, you can drop a follow. But hey, if you gotta go to sleep, bro, I understand. Feel me? Gotta get school. Oh, I appreciate the follow, bro. I didn't even see you drop the follow, bro. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my noties, bro. That shit's been like tweaking. I gotta get that fixed. But I appreciate the follow, my boy. You feel me? I'm gonna be here probably tomorrow. Shit, I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, and then I won't be streaming on. No, I don't think I'm gonna stream tomorrow, but I'm gonna stream on Friday. I'm gonna be on be streaming on Friday. I don't like overreactors. Nah, I just be chilling for real. I don't be doing too much, you know. But I'm gonna be playing Ghost, the new Ghost of Yote game. That's what I mainly be doing. I be doing reacts. I be doing gaming. Sometimes I do some little other shit. Like I did a tier list the other day. You feel me? But yeah, if you want to pull back up, I'm gonna be here, man. But I appreciate you, my boy. Have a good night. And you know, lock in school, my boy. You 13? Gotta lock in. Feel me?
Simple. This kid knew about David and Celeste, and David did not want anyone else to know about them, and he was willing to pay someone to forget about it, which, you know, opens the door up for so much speculation after, like, how many times could he have paid someone off, or had somebody keep quiet, or just, you know, controlled his surroundings to make sure that nobody found out about him and Celeste. However, the date of when this happened is extremely important, and I have some weak evidence, but I do think this parking lot transaction also took place in July of 2024, but we have to focus on the outfit. Now, he wore this beanie for the first time publicly in February of 2024, which was around the first time Celeste went missing. He posted 2 TikToks wearing the cap, but David had long hair.
Just looking at this nigga pisses me off.
You can see his hair protruding from the sides of his hat.
I don't know, bro.
Photo, you can't see his hair from the sides. However,
I appreciate you, bro.
2024, he posted a TikTok wearing the exact same outfit as the parking lot photo. But David was
he be spamming that beanie, bro.
TikTok. There are also no other photos
that shit gotta
or
be
videos
musty.
of him wearing this exact beanie in this color anytime after July of 2024. Now, I told you the evidence was weak. However, brand new evidence was just released that throws an unexpected curveball in this entire situation. TMZ obtained a video recorded by a Nest doorbell camera on September 8th, 2024. But the crazy part is she is back home in Lake Elsinore, and she got into an argument with her neighbors.
Let me talk real quick, okay?
How do they know that's her though?
No, you ain't gonna let me talk. Why you not gonna let me talk? You tripping. Nah, you tripping. How about you ain't tripping? You gonna let a woman talk? Alright, I'm not gonna let your woman talk.
The rest of the clip is just
Is she
her
drunk?
screaming back and forth with the neighbors. Now keep in mind, Celeste's birthday is September 7th. This video is on September 8th at what seems to be like early hours in the morning, which indicates she was up late, potentially celebrating her birthday. Maybe she was with family. I mean, we know she was home. And to me, she sounds intoxicated or under the influence.
Because she's like slurring her words and
immediately
shit.
recognized Celeste's voice and confirmed that it was the same voice that is in David's songs Invisible String Theory and You Left Me First. But I
didn't
can't
know
play
he was
them
in
due
her
to
songs.
copyright. Now, a lot of people on the internet are trying to say that, like, oh, David's lawyers are revealing this, then they're trying to make her look like angry or unruly to try to paint some sort of narrative that maybe she is somehow at fault for her own death.
Bro,
but
she's
that
not
is
at fault,
honestly
bro.
just
She's
totally not
that's
focusing
garbage,
on
bro.
what is mostly important about this clip. This is a massive reveal because it completely reshapes the timeline of Celeste's disappearance. Until now, the assumption was that she vanished in April of 2024 and that her family had never seen her since, and that we had to do our investigative detective work to assume that maybe the last time she was ever seen was the end of June backstage at that one David show. But this next video proves she was still alive in September of 2024, which means every theory built around her going missing in April or going missing after June or July has to be reconsidered. It drastically narrows the potential window of when she may have died, and it places her back at home, not hidden away, abducted, or deceased. It also raises new questions about why her family didn't publicly clarify that they saw her or that she returned home. TMZ reported that when the neighboring family saw Celeste that night, they just assumed she'd been found and everything was fine. So when did she go missing again? Was she just running away and coming back so much that her family couldn't keep
They just
up
didn't
and
care.
forgot?
They were just like,
get
she'll come
used to
back.
her being gone for extended periods of time? Like, oh yeah, like Celeste, she just ran away again. We haven't seen her for a few weeks. 'Cause remember the first time she ran away, February 2024, they made a big deal, rightfully so. Posters, flyers, posts on Facebook. In March of 2024, when she disappeared, same thing. More posters, more flyers. They went down the road to the liquor store to find the surveillance footage. But then April of 2024, not as much. And it sounds messed up to say, but you can imagine a family, if they have a child who keeps running away and keeps not wanting to be back home, like eventually you're probably going to stop putting up the flyers and the posters, especially
just
if
assuming
she
that
periodically is coming back home. Now, the idea that David's legal team could be purposefully releasing this to help his case, I mean, yeah, that is possibly true. Well, that's what they're going to do. I mean, they're defending their own case, which logical people understand that. This doesn't necessarily clear him, but it is interesting that previously we thought the last time she had ever been seen alive was backstage at one of his shows, and now the last time that she had ever been seen alive is actually at home. But we still have 12 months of a total blackout period, essentially nothing. No photos, no videos, or anything to prove that she was alive after September of 2024 and ultimately until she was found dead September 2025. From an investigative perspective, that 12-month gap is critical because it creates a complete blackout of evidence. In any missing person's case,
there must be some more evidence, bro.
Disappearance and discovery
People
is when
can't just like
investigators look for
disappear, bro.
sightings, digital traces, financial activity, or even small inconsistencies that can narrow down a timeline. But with Celeste, there is basically nothing. That void doesn't point investigators towards a suspect or location.
Bro, so is that why they can't
I am not defending David.
have
we do know at some
David
point
as a
he was
suspect?
spending time with this 13-year-old girl, that she was running away from home to go and hang out with him. We know that they were at least friends, or maybe even potentially more than friends.
Man, we know they
But
wasn't friends,
this
bro.
12 to
Keep it a buck.
14-month gap between, the last time that David had contact with
There
her
was
and
definitely
then
more than
her
friends.
being dead. I mean, that blackout period, it actually makes his case stronger because literally anything could have happened. She could have been in a different country. She could have met some other guy. She could have been dead.
But
I mean,
why
there's
would she
so
be
many
dead in
things
his
that could
car,
have
though?
happened
Like,
that your imagination can go anywhere. There is this one tiny thing that might be a clue. In February of 2025, David posted this TikTok on his burner account of him joking about cleaning shoes as a side hustle. He's cleaning a pair of Hello Kitty shoes as well as a pair of white, black, and gray Jordans that seemingly match a pair that Celeste owned. Some people have interpreted this as him cleaning up his crimes. And the next clue or evidence, which honestly isn't even that strong, doesn't show up until July of 2025, which is a full year later. In July of 2025, 2 months before Celeste was found dead, another girl named Celeste was seen hanging out with David, completely confusing the story.
Celeste
and it
number
starts
2.
with this video of him at an arcade. Some live streamers walked up to him, and you could see this girl on the right has her back to the camera. David grabs her arm and pulls her in towards him, and she walks backwards purposefully, keeping her back to the camera until he physically turns her around.
Don't be shy, don't be shy.
She's seen wearing what looks like the exact same Gap hoodie that was in the photos on the missing person poster. When I first saw it, I thought, wow, okay, this is definitely the missing girl. But we now know it's not. In a photo posted by one of David's friends, you can see Celeste Herrera is tagged, wearing the same thick square frame black glasses. And you can see David in the background wearing that same silk bandana. This girl is 23 years old. Here is another shot of her from the front, and you could see that this is not the same missing Celeste. Others speculated that the missing Celeste is the girl in the gray flannel in the back, but that is also untrue. That is just a friend of Herrera's named Vanessa, seen pictured here, and she goes by the Instagram username Space Doll. Now, is it really strange that he was hanging out with another girl named Celeste?
Named Celeste? That's super weird.
Hoodie and looked very similar.
That's super weird.
What it means is up to speculation. It's evident that David kept a very specific type of girl around him. Fair brown skin, dark curly hair. He even has a music video where a girl with light brown skin and dark curly hair gets murdered and thrown in the trunk of a car. Some say this was on purpose, like these were decoys or distractions so nobody could find out about the missing Celeste. And if that were true and this was all by design, now we're talking about like Dahmer level, Bundy level, like serial killer behavior. But again, that's just speculation. I've seen people say that Celeste's friends stopped hearing from her in July of 2025 as a way to prove that she was still alive at this point, but this case is serious enough where we need irrefutable proof of that. However, the facts of this case really start to ramp up and become crucial around August of 2025. On August 5th, 2025, David performed the first show of his Withered World Tour in Del Mar, California. Upon entering the venue, fans encountered a David commemorated the death of his alter ego, Atami, which represented the subconscious evil that we all have within us, according to an interview from 2024. David expressed wanting to create an animated series surrounding his alter ego.
Then he's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego. And
Loki reminds me of Melly a little bit with that alter ego shit.
There was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments. He would commit the crimes that I would have to solve.
But he doesn't have diagnosed
David
like
has
split
also
personality,
been known to express his love for gore. At one point, even saying he was addicted to watching gore videos.
Fuck no.
I like writing gory psychological.
I'm gonna say this right now, bro. Anybody who watches gore videos needs to be watched. Like, if you are actively looking for and watching gore videos and you enjoy that shit, you're a fucking weirdo.
Drama,
I'm not sorry.
Death, he says. He admitted that he became so desensitized to it that he would laugh at gore videos or videos of murder. Another signature part of his branding was his blood-stained shirt that he often took photos in, performed in. David's artistic branding has consistently revolved around death, violence, and psychological darkness, but he complements it with these beautiful singing ballads that make it feel poetic and romantic rather than purely grotesque. This isn't necessarily new at all. Tons of super famous artists like XXXTentacion, My Chemical Romance, Trippie Redd, 9 Inch Nails have pursued a similar artistic direction. However, now people are looking at his branding
connected with the murder,
hiding in plain sight. At the opening night of the Withered Tour, David's fans were greeted with an elaborate setup that included a casket being wheeled out of a hearse. Inside, the casket sat near a wreath and a guest book where people could write notes to Atami. David's online shop sells something called The Withered Scrapbook, where his fans are encouraged to share, when do you feel like Atami takes over? What usually happens? And how does it make you feel? Another page asks fans to write a letter to Atami, talk to them like a friend or maybe an enemy, and let them know how you feel about their presence in your life. This is especially disturbing because during the first few weeks of this tour, the LAPD believes there was a dead girl decomposing inside the trunk of his Tesla. The residents of the Hollywood Hills community where David lived reported a Tesla sedan had been sitting on Bluebird Avenue for at least 3 weeks. They also said that the car was spotted in various places around the neighborhood in the preceding months, as far back as the end of May. Now, this seems incredibly odd. Did David not have a garage, or
Yeah,
a
he could have
free
easily
parking
hid that
space,
shit.
why not just park the car at his place? It's not like he was this car collector known to have multiple cars just kind of sitting around. As far as we know, this was his only vehicle. The car was officially reported to the police on August 26th as residents wanted it moved. The next day, the street was marked with white chalk around the tires, so if it was moved, the white chalk would be messed up and there would be white residue on the tire. They came back to the car on September 3rd and there was no marking on the tires, therefore it never moved, so they issued a ticket. Then 2 days later the car was still not moved, so on September 5th it was officially towed at 10:20 a.m. However, 3 days after it was towed, on September 8th, 2025 at 12:30 p.m., officers responded to a report of a foul odor coming from the impounded vehicle at the Hollywood tow lot on North Mansfield Avenue in LA, and that's when they found the decomposing body. Many people have come to the conclusion that David left this car, or someone else left this car
I don't
on the street
understand.
with their
Okay,
body in there.
I really just don't understand how the body could be in his car and it's not him. And it, like, I know people would say like, oh, like, this nigga, he could have been framed, but like, I don't think he would have been framed, because it's like, bro, that's your car, like. And like Patrick was saying, like, that's, as far as people know, that's like his only vehicle, and he just like abandoned this shit. Like, I don't know, that's just weird. I don't know, bro.
If her body was decomposing in the trunk for days or weeks in the hot Los Angeles summer, wouldn't the stench be
so
apparent?
nasty.
Multiple different people were likely around this car. Residents maybe walked their dogs by the car. They knew that the car was suspiciously parked there for weeks. It bothered them enough to report it, and obviously the tow truck driver had to connect the car to the tow truck, thus being pretty close to it, and nobody had reported an odor at that point. I mean, maybe it's possible that the plastic bag or multiple plastic bags that were holding the body had masked the smell, and yeah, maybe if the trunk was airtight, I suppose the odor couldn't have leaked out. But then once it was towed, the body may have gotten tossed around and sort of seals were broken and fumes were exposed.
Crazy.
When scanning the area, you can see that the car was suspiciously parked in the perfect place. Almost all of these houses have massive privacy hedges, so even if these houses have cameras, they likely can't see what's going on in the street. The car was parked in such a specific place that only one house across the street could have gotten a video of it, and that's only if they had a camera near the roof. Police searched for surveillance video in the Hollywood Hills area where David's Tesla was abandoned. Multiple residents who
this
live on
had
the
to
block
be
recalled
like
LAPD
plotted,
sweeping
bro.
the area and talking with every neighbor they can track down to see if there's a ring camera or surveillance video showing David's car. The neighbor who called to have the car towed also spoke to police and turned over footage.
Crazy.
I don't think we are going to get a perfect video that solves this case. The best we are likely going to get is a video from a house down the street or around the corner that just tells us potentially the last time that the car was driven in the general area. But that would be a major discovery, because if we know when the last time that car was driven, we can potentially rule David in or out as being the driver, since he was on tour around.
Man, I am not reading all that shit, man. What is... I don't even know what the fuck you put in my chat, bro.
On the time it was reported. Like, for example, if the car was driven any time after August 6, 2025, then it wasn't David that drove the car. That doesn't necessarily mean he isn't involved, because since this is a Tesla, it's unlikely the car was stolen or even broken into. Teslas are some of the least stolen cars in America, and that's basically because the car is a computer. Which
yeah,
also
if it was
brings up
stolen,
so
we
many
would
other
know.
Questions. Those cars
There's no way.
track everything.
Yeah,
They
there's
have
no way we
cameras
would know
everywhere.
if it,
They have satellites that are constantly
stolen.
taking in information and reporting other information. You can even get a notification on your phone when the trunk is opened. We have to assume the LAPD is looking into his Tesla account, no?
I hope
It's
so.
all going to depend on if Sentry mode was turned on. Because if Sentry mode was actually activated on the vehicle, then it's doing a lot of recording of video footage from its 8 external cameras. And so if
it might have been turned off.
Then you'd actually have clips of the people opening the door.
Yeah.
A clip of someone opening the trunk.
But they could just turn that off.
That could possibly be recovered by the police. Now, if Sentry mode's not turned on, then it's not going to be doing any of those recordings. And what you'll get is recordings when the vehicle's in motion versus when it's stationary.
LAPD Captain Scott M. Williams says, "We know that the Tesla had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks, so it is very likely Celeste Rivas Hernandez had been dead for several weeks prior to her body being discovered, which supports the theory that it could have happened before he went on tour on August 5th.
Now, David was supposed to be starting his Withered tour on July 30th, 2025.
Bro, I'm so hungry, y'all.
According to original merch that he put out for this tour. He was supposed to perform in San Francisco on...
What's good, Bryce? Bro, my bad. I thought you were Sarah. Wrong stream, bro. I don't know how you mistake me for somebody named Sarah, but yeah, you can get the fuck on. I don't know what you're talking about putting paragraphs in my chat. While you at work, shit, you can watch me while you at work, bro. I have work tomorrow too. I got work tomorrow, so I got a prep later. But bro, this shit is actually crazy. And Patrick CC bro, this dude's a detective, bro. Okay, keep it a buck. Do you think he did it? I'm like 99% sure he did that shit, but there's just not enough evidence to actually, use, I don't know, I guess bring him into custody. Maury? Nah, who was that, streamer? Cause, bro, he's always updating. Oh, updating on the situation, bro. I'm low-key. I've just been seeing shit periodically, when some bigger shit comes out, I'll look into it. But I saw Patrick CC drop this video, so why is he on the? Oh, he's on the run. Wait, hold on. Let me watch this video, see what Patrick talking about, because he might mention that
on August 1st, and then was supposed to perform in
but either way, he's definitely a weirdo because he was hanging out with a minor, bro.
3 shows, however, were canceled.
Regardless of if he killed her.
30th, he instead started the tour on August 5th, 6 days late.
The medical examiner's office said the victim
There's a song called "See You in the Afterlife."
Top, black leggings,
yeah, I saw that.
Chain bracelet,
and then he was with another girl named Celeste,
and weighed approximately 71
pounds. Celeste
the
Herrera.
Day before her body was found, September 7th, was actually her birthday, so she technically never turned 15 years old. David posted a selfie that day with a Hello Kitty shirt on.
14?
Despite potentially being a suspect in a homicide case, David still performed at his show in Minneapolis, Minnesota on September 9th, 2025. That same day, Crocs and Hollister dropped David from its Dream Drop collection, which launched just 6 days earlier. Less than 24 hours after the body was found in her car, remember,
she was gonna have a kid with him.
Not been revealed.
That's why I saw it did say something about
now know was revealed.
her being pregnant, but he was saying the timeline wasn't matching up.
My sister, who is now in 9th grade,
because apparently LAPD was saying she hadn't been pregnant within the last year, based on the body. So it wasn't matching up with the timeline, but it is possible he could have. I don't know, bro. I don't know, because I'm just confused. What would have been the motive to even kill her?
Told me that he was dating an 8th grader, let's call her C, and she would go on trips with him to LA. They're all in 9th grade, and it turns out C's friends knew, and he would pay them to keep their mouths shut. C has been missing for over a month now, and no one knows her whereabouts. Definitely something strange going on. Celeste, whose name starts with C, was 13 to 14 years old, which would make her an 8th grader.
8th grade.
Plus, remember, we had gone over evidence that was later revealed of David allegedly paying off someone who caught the two together, which is extremely interesting, and it reveals that even sort of random regular people knew about what was going on, and that David was romantically involved with a child but kept quiet. The cause of the teen's death is still classified as deferred.
What does
the
that
Los
mean?
Angeles County medical examiner
Wait, what does
has not
deferred
yet
mean?
determined the cause or the manner of Miss
Oh.
Rivas Hernandez's death. That's also why
Oh damn! So they don't even know how she died. Yeah, took contraceptives, paying off students. He's definitely guilty, bro. There's no way he's not guilty, bro. There's literally no way. There's so much evidence, but I guess none of it is just concrete enough to be yeah, it's him.
hasn't been any arrests yet. It remains
especially
unclear
with
whether
a
there
case
is
like
any
this where
criminal
there's so much
culpability
shit like
beyond the
left up in the
concealment
air.
of her body.
Like
They're
they don't
still
even know
waiting
how
on
she died.
toxicology reports to determine
They
if
just
there
know
were
she got
substances in her
cut
system.
up and she was dead
Robbery
for like
homicide
3 weeks in the
detectives
car or
served a
whatever.
search warrant at the home David was renting. On September 17th, 2025, several items of evidence were recovered from the home, including his computer, and will be analyzed by detectives. Investigators also searched the home for blood. LAPD's Scientific Investigation Division took part in the 12-hour search of David's home, using luminol to look for trace amounts of blood. Luminol is a chemical spray investigators mist over floors, walls, or objects in a darkened scene. If it contacts the iron and hemoglobin, which are red blood cells, even in tiny, cleaned, or diluted traces, it produces a brief blue-white flow that
But they didn't
reveals
find shit,
hidden
huh?
blood stains for photography. However, they did not state officially whether or not they found any blood in his place.
Yeah.
An immediate neighbor in Hollywood said he saw David and Celeste all the time and believed they had lived together at the home. They were pretty
the fuck?
quiet. I never saw police there and didn't hear them partying or anything. Nothing wild.
Yo.
I last saw them
So
a
this-
couple of months ago.
This dude literally saw him. This dude was literally seeing them together, but I guess he just couldn't assume nothing. Damien was saying that it's like a new trend that famous. What are you talking about? Oh, you're saying like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe, bro. I don't know. I really don't. I don't even know what to think. I mean, I think he did it. I do think that, but like, I just don't know, because there's 12 months of literally just no evidence, no nothing. At least that's given to the public. No footage for cameras. Yeah, facts. I didn't even think about that. There isn't. You would think for him to be this rich, he would have camera footage at his house, right? But I don't know. I feel like they haven't released everything yet, because a TMZ video literally just came out recently of her back at home. So I don't think they've released everything yet. I think there's still stuff that's being held back. Someone said they heard screaming at the house. Maybe, bro. That could be. I don't know. That neighbor needs to be questioned a little more thoroughly. That's what I'm thinking, bro. He needs to be questioned a little more thoroughly.
Kids, like a couple aged 18 and 19. Celeste's former
Yeah,
science teacher
that's
was
why
seen taking out his phone.
Oh,
and
I saw
informing
this.
Students
I
that
saw
he had
this.
taught
I
Celeste
saw this
years
video.
earlier. The teacher was teaching a lesson on the dangers of social media and used her as an example.
Yeah.
That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here.
Damn, that's crazy.
Hey, hold up. I got another one.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That would be scary as fuck if I'm sitting in class and my teacher's like, yeah, here's this girl that's fucking dead now. She used to be in my class. Like,
I got a picture on.
all right, bro. Thanks.
This other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second.
I don't think David's a rapper, but is he? Is he a rapper? I thought he like sings. I mean, that doesn't matter, but I feel like he just said that on some like racial shit. I'm pretty sure he sings.
When I taught her, she met this dude
But maybe I'm wrong. I don't listen to his music. There are cameras at the house, but no. It was definitely scrubbed then. 1000% it was scrubbed.
Back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, and then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces.
Shit.
You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
Someone interested in the case found and contacted Matthew, who was Celeste's
Is that
brother,
the
on
oh, never
Instagram.
mind.
The person questioned why David followed Matthew. He replied, "He found my account out of nowhere and followed me." He also said that he met David once. When asked if the family knew about Celeste dating David and living at his home, Matthew said, "I knew and went to the police about it, but lack of evidence, so it was waived off."
Yeah,
Matthew
I figure
also said
lack
that
of
David
evidence,
would
bro.
tell Celeste that he was waiting until she turned 18
Yeah,
to get
this
married,
it is
which
a
could make the
really
ring
sad
on yay wahoo's
situation,
finger
bro.
or some sort of
I don't
promise
know.
ring.
I just
Matthew
hope
was unaware of all of the
that they
resurfaced
get
Discord
whoever did this
messages.
shit.
He
I'm not
confirmed
gonna
the
say
number
it
of the
was
photos
David for
circulating on
sure.
the
That-
internet
that's
are
how
of
I
his sister
feel,
and
but
David. He also
I just
confirmed
hope
that leaked
whoever
text
did it,
messages
they
between
get
Celeste
them.
and her friend.
I mean,
are
really?
real, or
They need to get this nigga David out of here too. That nigga's a pedophile. So actually, fuck what I just said. They need to get him out of here as well. They need to get that nigga and the nigga that killed her. And if it's the same nigga, then I don't know what y'all doing, but you need
Celeste
to
talks
work a
about
little
sexual
harder.
activity with David. She wrote, "I only bled with David." And then she says, "With Gus, I was just drunk and did it because he got mad at me the first time for not having X with him." Matthew said these texts were real because he knows who Gus was. He lived in Elsinore, California, and was killed by gun violence. More
shit.
deleted user Discord messages were revealed that show someone, potentially Celeste, admitting to
What?
losing their virginity at age 11. Now, there are so many more
What?
rumors, hearsay, rabbit holes, but I tried to include all of the facts along with reasonable speculation or leads that have a
11,
decent
bro.
source. There is
What
nothing-
grade are you in at 11? That's what, like, fucking, like, fifth grade, like 5th or 6th grade, bro. Holy shit.
wrong with asking questions and tracking down leads, but it starts to feel like people want to be a part of a Netflix crime documentary style expose more than just reasonable, logical concern for a young girl. There was a guy on Reddit who said he lives near David and started scoping out the place, allegedly finding a discarded Tesla key, suggesting it may have been David's. He did report it to the police. There's also rumors that David was paying Celeste's family $20,000 per month to keep quiet. There was a straight up lie that the FBI
Yeah,
had
I'm like
warrant
pretty
out
sure
for the
David
arrest
was
of
definitely
David's
paying people
bodyguard.
off.
There's always the classic, she was a Hollywood Illuminati sacrifice for David. There's rumors that she was being trafficked. Every girl that loosely resembles Celeste around David is being pointed out, and people are speculating if it's her or not. The most unfortunate part about this case is because
This
of so
shit
little
is
evidence being
sick.
released to the public, along with Celeste not being seen for months before she died. Technically, any theory you want to come
Yeah,
up with
fifth-
can't
yeah, 5th grade,
necessarily
bro.
be counted out.
That's
you could essentially
insane.
make anything up, and there isn't that much evidence to
Dude,
prove
I don't even
you
remember what the
wrong.
fuck
She
I was
could have
doing
been
in
locked
5th
in a
grade, bro.
basement. She could have been trafficked around
I was probably
the world.
playing.
She could have
I might have been
accidentally
playing
overdosed
Fortnite. I
on
might have been playing
drugs, and
Fortnite
this
in
was
5th
a
grade. I
sloppy
don't know.
attempt to discard her remains. This could have been extremely disturbing,
But
premeditated
I don't know. I just need to.
serial-killer murder.
I
She
need
could
to
have
know
ran
what
off with an
happened,
entirely
bro.
different person. It could be
Like,
someone
they need
David
to-
was friends
I don't
with,
know, get-
loosely knew,
Oh,
kinda
damn it,
knew,
my
met
fucking-
one time, didn't know. It
My
feels like
ring
we
light
know
fell.
so
Hold
much,
on.
but so little at the same time.
I need
Right
them
now, the
to
most
figure
important
out who
thing
did
is
this
finding
shit and
any proof of her being
tell us
alive
what
between the
happened.
dates of September 2024, which was the last time
This
she
shit
was
is
seen
way
alive
too
at home
mysterious.
in Lake Elsinore, California, and September
Your
2025
feds?
when she was found
I'm not
dead.
gonna lie, bro.
Anything in
It's-
that time period will get
the
us
past,
closer to
like, it's low-key been
understanding
seeming
when,
like the
how,
past,
and
like,
maybe why she was killed.
I don't know,
And obviously,
couple
anything
years is,
surrounding
I
this
think, you know
car,
what it
the
is?
Tesla data
I
will
think
get
it's
us
just
so
that
much
all the
closer to
pedophiles
solving
are
this,
just
as
getting,
well as
like,
knowing how much
exposed now.
David may or may not
Like,
be involved,
I think
because
there's
now,
always
he
been
has not been
a bunch of
arrested. He has
pedophiles, but I
canceled
think they're
his
all
shows
just getting
around the world,
exposed.
and he's been radio silent on social media. And you would think that this is surely the end of his career, but the exact opposite has happened. Originally, his
What?
labels had paused all promotional activities related to David out of respect for the seriousness of the situation and the ongoing investigation, but his music streaming numbers increased tremendously. His album Petals to Thorns re-entered the Billboard 200 Hot Albums
Bro,
chart. He
what are
earned
we
his
doing?
biggest streaming day of all time on
Valorant
Spotify
Pet
on
has to
September
get-
21st
has
with
got exposed this year, for
12.1
real.
million streams. As of right now, this case has helped
I mean,
his
that's not
career and
surprising. I
probably
feel like
got him a
Valorant's just
ton of new
one of those
fans
games like
who
pedophiles
genuinely
would be
couldn't
on.
care about his crimes. I mean, R. Kelly
And
still
you-
has
I know you
millions
seen the
of
shit
monthly
about,
listeners.
Roblox,
David has also
bruh.
retained attorney
I know you
Blair
seen
Burke
the shit
to
about
represent him.
Roblox.
Burke is a prominent Hollywood defense attorney known for taking on high-profile clients in the midst of a crisis, especially men accused of misconduct ranging from sexual assault to domestic violence. Burke's list of clients has
wait.
included Harvey Weinstein,
Oh,
Johnny Depp, Marilyn
that's-
Manson, Sylvester Stallone, Mel
That's his
Gibson.
lawyer?
At the absolute worst case scenario, David is involved with or committed the murder of a child. Best case scenario,
He definitely
which is
did
still
it.
horrible, is that he had a relationship
He
with a
definitely did
child
it.
that was 6 years younger.
Did he only
than
got
him,
4
but it
years?
seems
I know.
unlikely that he is entirely
Crazy, bro.
innocent and had absolutely nothing to do or no connection.
Yeah, Roblox
or
had
no
like a
knowledge
bunch of
of the murder
pedophiles,
of Celeste.
and bro, Roblox is like not doing shit about it, bro. Hey, W-Video though, shout out to Patrick CC, man. This dude's a goat for giving us all the information. But yeah, I hope, bro, that they find the nigga that did this shit. Get that nigga out of here, cause that's just crazy, bro.
Damn, I see the influence. Yeah, I see the influence. Yeah, he swaggin' just like me. It's swag just like me, you swaggin' just like me, she swaggin' just like